Yeah, so we broke camp in southern Sweden in the lay-by, and it rained during the night, so the camping gear was all wet. I wasn't very happy about that. And it rained in patches during the day until we camped in a gravel path, and you can see me in the tent waking up in the morning being nice and cold while Max is sleeping in the duvet. He doesn't want to get up. But the tent kept the rain out all night, which I was really pleased about, because I wasn't sure the location where I was going to park, if that was going to happen. The problem I really had was the gravel. The pegs kept pulling out as I was pushing them in. So I was saying that this is what I had to do: put the boulders out to hold the tent in place during we had a bit of a storm, and everything was soaking wet. And I was beginning to struggle a bit because the clothing was getting damp, the tent was damp every time I wrapped it up, the bike was soaking wet. We had a picnic table, which was nice. I could utilize that, and running beside us was a nice stream, so I was using that for water, because there was like 70 miles between petrol stations sometimes, and I just couldn't get any water, and I had run out. Even Max was running out of water, so we were boiling up the water from the stream running past so we could have coffee. But it was desolate up here. There was hardly any traffic on the main road on the E45. It's just all forest. So we got ourselves ready to go, and Max loves traveling on the back of the bike. And a lorry turned up opposite, and what I didn't realize was that the driver had popped out to film me. There he is. I was already nervous. Pressure, that's what I said, pressure. Because I was on rough ground, and I've never ridden on stuff like this, and I was expecting to fall off or slide, especially with a trailer. And not only that, as I left, I had to get between two boulders, and I thought, oh, I'm going to hit the trailer, the guy's going to laugh at me, the bike's going to fall over. You can see the gap coming up now between the rocks. It's just squeeze through.
See you, bud.
But I made it. And so we hit the road, and the sun was out. It was perishingly cold, but the sun was out, and off we started. Max saying goodbye.
Speed tells me that there's a petrol station about 15 kilometres in front of me, so the next one after that 75 kilometres. Got my cycling sleeves on today.
Because I only have my shirt.
Because I'm only wearing a shirt.
I was a bit silly, really. I should have put more clothing on.
Oh, grass! I wonder if anybody lived there. That's what always happens. You keep riding and riding, trying to find a place to camp, and in the end you just give up and find the best suitable spot. And then 2 minutes down the road, there's just a whole savannah waiting with little hedges and 44, 43. Temperature's alright, already up to heat, so that's good. 83 the gallon, 45 miles range. I should reach that petrol station easy. Break camp this morning. Everything was so bloody wet. I was shaking stuff out. I had to move boulders around. I'm going to get this break camp a bit quicker than that, really.
Yeah, it did take a long time to pack up a camp, and it's still a boat with me. I want to get out.
No, should I take it on this trip or just like give it away or something? I thank the gods I brought it, because it doubles as a blanket and it's really warm. I was wearing it this morning, and it keeps that chill off, and it's
Endless lakes and trees. But if you want a quick way to get to the Nordkapp, I would recommend this road, because it's pretty straight and it's flat, and you can just bomb along, and there isn't much traffic, and it was basically a case of spot the house. Here's a house, there's a house, well, there's another house, and then it's just back to trees again. These are all huts on the left for tourists. Another beautiful lake. Loads of lakes up here. The bike just cruised along the Triumph. It was brilliant. No problems. I'm practicing with my video techniques there. Look, showed you the sign. And the further north we got, the more rocky the terrain became. It was like God's rock garden. Just rocks and trees. And the odd house. Spot the house. Oh, railway tracks, loads of those up there. Keep your eyes open for the crossings. But you can see the terrain doesn't change much. If you want to see scenery, Norway is the best way to go. There's a freeze frame. 99 miles before I come up against anything interesting. Just put an audio book on and just sit back and relax. This guy just shorts on. Their homes up here are just sublime. Spaced out, in amongst the forest. What a way to live.
This is the camp. There's a side road off the main road, which is over the top.
Yeah, I found a side road off the main road and next to a lake. It was on gravel again. Little did I know 5 degrees was going to feel warm soon.
It dropped to
0 at night.
But good wear and everything, so it's been a lot better now. Bit warmer at night time, so I'm just getting packed up, ready to go for another adventure. Getting to anywhere. Yay!
The sarcasm is deep in that one. Then we're off again for another day at it. And more, you guessed it, trees. Yes, trees everywhere. What I noticed was that the leaves were starting to fall. I was starting to get cold. I have my coat on now. Waterproof trousers and my leggings with a fleece to the shields to keep my legs warm. So the next town in the far north of Sweden, I had decided that I was going to stop. It's beautiful. On again, and you guessed it, more trees. This is the E45. Trees and rocks. But very easy riding. Then we started seeing some mountains coming. Another break for Max. He's found a rock. He'll entertain himself with a rock for hours. Yeah, so this is it. This is the bike and the lake. There's another lake on the other side. And just having coffee. Max is disappearing down there, but I just wanted to show you these a minute. Look at these. Look at the size of my hand, look. Now these were nasty. They were filled with an orange fluid. I didn't like the look of those. Just goes to show there aren't very many people here if these manage to survive. There's toadstools all over the place, all over the floor between the stones. So yeah, so there you go. It is beautiful. It is beautiful. I'm starting to warm up a bit now. So, yeah, get going and press on to this petrol station and a burger or something. But it never happened. And neither did the hotel. They refused entry for Max. So I found another gravel path, and it was really cold that night. I got the Jenny out to charge my gear. I think that's a good idea. Get a hairdryer, stick it in a sleeping bag and connect it to the generator. But I got on the internet and I found in Norway an Airbnb next to a fjord. So that's where I was heading. But to get there I had to go over a high pass connecting Sweden to Norway. And today was cold. You start to see the mountains appearing between Sweden and Norway now. The land was becoming more desolate. And there was just nobody about. Could have been on the moon. We were going steadily up all the time. The road engineers had just cut their way through the tops of the hills, trying to straighten the roads out, find their way through the pass. Didn't see any reindeer here, no moose, no anything. No birds. Apart from the road, the country was just raw and untouched. It was almost like the road was clinging on for its life in this sort of environment. We're still going up. The clouds were gathering. I didn't like the look of it. I've been cold and wet long enough. And I was just dreaming about this Airbnb and a hot shower. I think Max was actually warmer than I was, wrapped in the poncho. But there's people living up here, but they're like tourist towns for the skiers, probably in the winter, I guess. Didn't see any people. This is the border between Sweden and Norway. Anything to declare? No, sir. I'm going straight on through the green light. Here I am and here I go. Apart from a savage dog, that's all I got to declare. That's the border. Then we're into Norway. And from this spot on, it was all downhill. That house, just somebody's built a house on top of a great big boulder. Super roads, winding, straight, easy to take on the bends, no potholes. We started coming down into the gorge proper. And I found this place, deserted cafe. There's nobody about. What I was looking for was a place out of the wind, just so I could warm up a bit. I thought this spot might be quite good here, but I could see from the grass it was still blowing there, and I found a bit round the corner. An old doorway, it's just perfect. Let's get the dog out, get him running around first and out the way.
Go.
He was going to find a rock, and I got my cooker on. Max all wrapped up for the next part of the trip. And we were still going downhill, but it was getting warmer. We had crossed over and Norway was warmer than Sweden, and it felt beautiful. I can't say how happy I was. Not only that, was something to look at. You had some mountains to look at, and there was hills and cliffs, sort of trees. In many ways I wish I hadn't had the motorcycle accident, because I could have taken the camera through Norway. It had taken longer up the coast road, but it is stunning, man, going up the coast road. Lots of ferries, it's expensive, but wow, don't you see some stuff like waterfalls every 100 meters. It's just this is definitely a quick straight route into the top of Norway. Depends on what time you can donate to it, you know. I reached a junction. I was really pleased. I wasn't on a straight road forever and ever. I've actually reached a junction. Yippee! I must be somewhere. Following the Tom. There's the fjord. And then we were there. Hot shower, hot shower, hot shower. I can remember it now. I got a hot shower. I could be warm. That's my place straight there, right in front. It's attached to the side of the house. And there's Rosa of Norway. That's my Airbnb host.
Lovely to meet you. Through there? Okay.
Even Max was happy. He was going to have a warm bed all to himself. So we had pushed hard, we'd endured, and we'd got here. Many a times I was thinking of just turning south and heading to Kimo in the south of Finland. But we'd stuck at it, and now we were going to get our reward, a nice hot shower. Really nice simple space. Go on then, Max, in you go. Okay, so we've got 2 cots, toilet and shower, and a kitchen, and a table. Look at the view. I'm just going to take you outside a minute. You stay there, stay there. So we've got the bike right outside. And look at that. Yeah, you used to try it for all. Did all my laundry in the shower. Try off washing line. And that's what you come to see. Sun setting. Norway is the next town. It's quite big actually, Norway. Thank you for watching.